you want it closed right now?
No, I'm just asking.
Want to listen, Aaron.
That's okay, don't know.
You have to use your whole body, and then you have to say a magic word, and then pull really hard.
I see, okay, well, what's the magic word?
It's not really for everyone to do.
Okay.
Hello, David. Can you put Sita is co-hosting?
Marilyn's the host. Yeah,
Marilyn, where is Marilyn?
she's right there.
Here, I said hello
Sita,
already.
please.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Marilyn. Thanks, Sita. Beautiful, beautiful
That
place.
is now co-host. Oh, and I should lower your hand. There.
We are
Oops.
really enjoying the blue sky from Arizona. Wow.
What is a blue sky?
The blue sky that you could see above Kempo, Marilyn.
No, I'm being facetious.
Oh, duh, I get it. Nice one. Marilyn.
It's like the blue light from yesterday's teachings.
Yeah.
We have the same blue sky here too.
Oh, man. Good one, Marilyn. Good one, Lisa.
At least the snow mountains are beginning to melt. It's been a very long, cold, dreary winter.
Beautiful jacket, Kempo. Your yellow jacket is beautiful.
Oh yes, my yellow jacket
Nice.
with sun.
Very beautiful.
Sun is shining. That's why I'm wearing a yellow jacket.
Happy Women's Day. It's Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day. Tashi Dele. So, happy Women's Day. Happy Mother's Day. No same.
That's important.
No, they're a little different, Kempo.
Slightly different, right? Similar. Women's Day is maybe more general.
Jacket, Kempo. Your yellow jacket is beautiful.
With sun.
Beautiful.
What's going on?
I think someone's got YouTube playing in the background.
Oh, did you
Okay, so we ready. Little late, okay. Always that's a good time here. And going to do some short opening prayers. Dala dangwara zebe da no bara zebe ge darba dan damje jembala barda jubara zeba damje je zor zebe manam ga dan yambe zemje damje dewa dan de dongara dang dara nyorda lana me Yangda bara zobe sanjo rumbo je do bara za sanje chi dang so je jonam la sanjo barda dan japsen che da ge chi jin jin be so nam je ro la pen sar sanje ro par sho ma nam ga dan yam be sen je dan je dewa dan deve Jodan den bara George, dongaradan, dongaraje, jodan ravara George, dongara mebe, devadan, mandrava George. Nyeren çadan, nidang darve, danyon seme bala, ne bara George. Dange duje, şavce reisen. Yince mıda dece, bonjom bazırce, lambo davra cibek. Şavcı carbe javla gözanzı Jagara bencen bula gadrence Bema yunne galan dendro Tadalana zimbe ganenze Orjen rumbo cela zorvande Dojen çancin delon narod Marba mılay cice gambo baba moruba Jarva digon be kaju lama namla zorvande Romen cice yence bobrang ne Te song sanje gönjeng o nye Rang sem jigeng on song don zebe Sawe lama nam la zorwande. Okay, so now, yesterday you remember? We talked Buddha. Which one? Huh? Buddha Verochana, right?
Yes. I think we would just finish.
Buddha Verochana finish. And then very similar, so we going to skip these other sections. And I just share a little bit, Buddha Vajrasattva here is you get more, maybe more idea about 5 Buddhas. And this page is 67, Vajrasattva Ashobhiyas. Example deity will come to escort them. So then second day, Buddha Vajrasattva Ashobhiya come to escort Bardo beings. And at the same time, the negative past actions, which are conducive to a rebirth in the hell realm, will also emerge. So the negative, karma, hell realm negative karma also come together and will also merge. Again, so what we have to do is calling the disease by name. The introduction should be given with the following words. Child of Buddha nature, lesson without distractions. On the second day, purity of the entire element, water will arise in the form of white light. Water element. We have 5 elements. The first one is space. Today, second day is water element. At the time from Eastern Buddha, fear of manifest joy, ability, the Pure Line, that name is Pure Line. The transcendent Lord Ashobhiya Vajrasattva were drawn for you. His body blue in color, holding in his right hand a 5-pointed Vajra. Seated on elephant throne and embraced by his consort Buddha Lokana. They are encircled by 2 male Bodhisattvas. It's Suttagarbha and Maitreya. these two Bodhisattva also be with the Buddha Shopya together. And two female Bodhisattva, Losaya and Pasapa. Thus 6 Buddha bodies will be shining before you. See the Buddha family and 2 male Bodhisattva, 2 female Bodhisattvas, so it's 6 Buddha body were shining before you from within a space of rainbow light. A brain like white light indicative of the mirror-like pristine cognition. So white light is a representative mirror-like wisdom. So which is the natural product of the aggregates of form. So Vajrasattva here is the form aggregation. Transform is Vajrasattva. White and dazzling, radiant and clever emanate from the heart of Vajrasattva Ashobhya and his consort, and it will shine precisely before you at the level of your heart, with such brilliance that your eye cannot bear it. So this, this morning I share with you, we have the next, the Pardo of becoming. And the Pardo of becoming, and this actually Pardo of the death, liberation, Dharmakaya liberation, and this Pardo of reality there, they goes together. And when you were teaching, like, of course, death, Pardo, liberation, Dharmakaya, and this one, liberation, Sambhonakaya, next one is liberation, Nirmanakaya. Like, after, mostly, first we have death, Pardo experience, then go to Sambhonakaya experience, then go to birth Pardo experience. But actually, birth Pardo is general. Okay, same is like living Pardo. Living Pardo, we have a dream meditation Pardo, right? Dream meditation is part of the living Pardo. Yeah, same is I think here also. This the reality Pardo is like deity experience, and this also part of the becoming Pardo, birth Pardo. So reason is birth Pardo is a really longer time, and we have 24 hours, right? One day, and this experience like second day. Okay, Buddha Vajrasattva come to rescue you, but I don't think 24 hours Buddha Vajrasattva stays with you. Okay, and maybe Buddha Vajrasattva the morning very early when you wake up, Pardo means when you wake up, and comes. But if you lose the opportunity, go to just then other, like whole day experience is the Pardo of becoming. Make sense or no? Yeah. If the Buddha Vajrasattva shines 24 hours, then Pardo beings 24 hours lose conscious. Some beings, some beings liberate. Some beings run away all the time. 24 hours they run away scared. So dependent, right? Some like when this Buddhas, the actually Buddhas means like reality, true nature comes, the Pardo being faint. Okay, because they don't have ability to hinder. Some is scared and run away. Some realize, right? So if somebody faint, then have to faint 24 hours. If you are just shining to 24 hours. Make sense or not? Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the reason this Dharmakaya liberation, Sambhonakaya liberation, these two liberations is a part of this, reality Pardo. So sometimes no reality Pardo is called the Pardo of becoming. The Pardo of becoming is, normally Pardo means only talk about the Pardo of becoming. The birth Pardo. So then in the birth Pardo you have this experience. So that's why we have this reality Pardo. No, it's this experience, everything is actually coming from our own aggregates, our elements, our own constitution, like, faculties, insight, senses, everything is rising to the, some is become rising to the Buddha's form, some is rising to the to the Bodhisattva's form, some is rising to different kind, effort to. So when peaceful deity rising, wrathful also becomes same, change to that. So it's changed, peaceful is changed to the wrathful. So now, together with his light of pristine cognition, draw small light, indicative of the hair realms, were also drawn before you and touch your heart. At that time, under the sway of aversion, you were wished to turn away in fear and terror from the bright white light, and come to perceive the door smoky light of the hair realm with delight. So is many the Pardo beings, of course, this the pristine cognition light, they don't have ability to handle that. So that's why they go to the dream ones. So the dream one is part of the harem karma. So if go that direction, so then go to fall into the harems. So that's why Vajrasattva is practice is actually purification harem karma. Then at that moment you should fearlessly recognize the white light. White and dazzling, radiant and clear to be pristine cognition, have confidence in it. Be drawn to it with longing devotion, pray with devotion thinking. This light ray of the transcending Lord, Vajrasattva, I should be as a compassion, I take refuge in it. So this in reality is Vajrasattva and his consort come to escort you on the dangerous pathway of the intermediate state. This light ray hope of Vajrasattva's Ashobya as a compassion, be devoted to it. Do not delight in the door smoke light of the harems. So long as you have the instructions, then I hope we can take the better one, right? Not go to other direction. This door light is the inverting path of the negative obscuration created by your own deep aversion, which yourself have generated if you become attached to it. You will fall into the realm of the hair, sinking into a swim of unbearable suffering, from which there will be no immediate opportunity to escape. This door light is an obstacle blocking the path to liberation. So our negative karma, especially in here is harem karma, block the enlightenment. Buddha Vajrasattva's, go to that pure lane. The make obstacle, harem karma make obstacles. Harem karma is due to our anger. Anger, we have emotions. Anger is strong, create a karma, they call harem karma. If a strange desire is very strong, that create a karma is called hungry ghost karma. And then attachment is strong, and then that create a karma is human beings karma. And the ignorance is very strong, and then create a karma is animal realm karma. So then jealousy, right? Jealousy is strong than other emotion. Create a karma is jealousy God's realm karma. Pride creates a God's realm karma. So the emotion they all actually have together. You ignorance with all these others together. One packet comes together. But which is more strong there, And then that's the karma you create, that is Ram's karma. So when we have anger, then same time we have ignorance, we have of course attachment, pride, jealousy, everything together. But the more caffeine is anger, okay? So that's why karma is anger karma. Where anger take you to the result is harem. So that's why Buddha Vajrasattva is purification harem karma. Then we have to alas are wrong in cyclic existence, driven by deep instead aversion. May the transcending Lord Vajrasattva Ashobya draw me forward, leading me on the path of radiant light, which is the mirror like pristine cognition. May the supreme concert Buddha Loka na support me from behind, and thus insecure may I be rescued from the fearsome passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha by making this aspiration prayer with a fervent devotion. So, if you, long as you have this hearing liberation instruction teaching, and then this prayer we have separate, each Buddha, risku, the prayer, how to say, risku in the Pardo. So then, long as you have this instruction, hearing liberation, other prayer you chant is you get more make sense, understanding is more beneficial. So otherwise, if you don't have this hearing liberation instruction, then the prayer also maybe you don't recognize is very profound, beautiful, not really knowing that. So you were this, if you recognize this light is then dissolving into rainbow light in the heart and the transcending Lord Vajrasattva Ashobhya, and you were attaining Buddhahood in the Buddha body over perfect resource in the Eastern Buddha fear of manifest joy, ambiguity. So that's Vajrasattva. Then next is okay. So the next is Rina Sambhava. And now we go just skip the sections and the same idea. So Rina Sambhava is a yellow light comes. Then with the concert together, same exactly, just coming to this form body. Aggregates is normally Rina Sambhava is a feeling aggregates. So then you do this practice as an supplication to Rina Sambhava. There is no doubt that if the diseases are receptive to this introduction, they will attain liberation. Normally, it's beings liberation. So then why we have so many people in samsara beings? Because 99% no have instructions. Right, 99%. No possible 99, maybe more than that still. Okay, so that's why not liberating. If long as someone has Pardoti teaching during the lifetime, they mentioned the 37 times, okay? And then somebody give you this instruction when we are in the Pardo, we can liberate. So that's a good news, I think, for us. Okay, so I think everyone tired to go to samsara. We want the shortcut, right? Shortcut is the Pardo Tidor hearing liberation, this teaching. And even you don't have a really good, strong practice, but if you already connect to this, you have an opportunity to liberate. Even you don't know the big city example, everything, you don't know anything, but long as you have GPS, going to lost. So that's we have the great opportunity or benefit we have here. So then if somebody has a more negative karma, then even their introductions still they get confused if they go to fourth day. Then fourth day is Buddha Amitabha is coming, transcending Lord Amitabha. So then the Amitabha light is very powerful red light, and at the same time also dim yellow light, because positive is changed to negative, right? The Rina Sambhava yellow light is positive, but no go to Amitabha, and the yellow light is representative is for the hungry gods. And then Amitabha comes, So we also calling these prayers Amitabha with Avalokiteshvara and Manjushri Bodhisattvas. Female Bodhisattva Gita and Aloka come together. So then Amitabha is associated with the pristine cognition of discernment, right? Pristine cognition, discernment, wisdom is. Then Amitabha is aggregates is perception aggregates. So if you go to the red light and you liberate, it is go to yellow light and then go down to the hungry ghost realms. So that's the reason we have to always go to the most powerful light. Then if you recognize, we go to Buddha Amitabha pure line. Not just go to hungry ghost realms. Okay, so then next is which Buddha is Chomden de Tongyutrubal also. Okay, as next is the fifth day is called Transcending Lord Amongaside. Amongaside, example of deity rising. So Amongaside is I think it's a green light. Then the negative is red light. So here it mentions like fifth day is a period of entire wing element where it arises in the form of a green light. So among us it is from the green northern Buddha field called Metaraksa of enlightening activities. And then concert name is Samayatara. Then Vajrapane and Nirvana Kashi Bamboo come together. Sana Dorji, Dripat number 7, Dripat number. So this we have the 8 Bodhisattvas. These 8 Bodhisattvas divided into, 4 direction Buddhas. There's one Buddha, Vairochana, that time no Bodhisattvas with that, right, together, center Buddha, but it's go to 8 directions, so then each one has 2 Bodhisattvas. So that's why 8 Bodhisattvas. Recognize? Okay, so then this with supplication to this I should be among us is like all are Rome in cyclic existence, divine by depth seated in we. May the transcending Lord among us draw me forward, leading me on the path of reading light, which is the pristine cognition of accomplishment. May the supreme concert Samayatara support me from behind, and thus in second may I be rescued from the fearsome passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of utterly perfect Buddha. So we make that aspirations, and through the devotion, then you will dissolve into rainbow light in the heart of the transcending Lord among us and his consort. You will attain Buddhahood, a Buddha body of perfect resource. The Buddha fair name is Matireksa of enlightening activity. Matrix. Karma Pasidi. So Then somebody has a negative karma, they still don't get. Okay, so it's go to wrong directions. Then the day 6, okay? Day 6, the male and the female deity of the 5 enlightening family together with the retinons. Day 6 all come together. It's more beneficial, right? Comes all together. If one Buddha cannot liberate, maybe all comes together, have opportunity to we can liberate. So then also calling the disease name, and we saying the introduction like giving with the following words. So now it's until yesterday the vision of the 5 individual enlightening family arose before you. Despite this, even though the former introduction was given, you experienced awe and terror. A response generated by your habitual tendencies. Consequently, you have remained in your present state until now, so still in the bardo. If you have previously recognized one of the natural luminosity of the persistent cognition of the 5 enlightening families as being a natural manifestation of actual reality, so it's real. If you recognize, you reach enlightenment, either Buddhas. So then we also have different connections. The some people has more connect to Buddha, center Buddha, Buddha Vairocana. Some has more Aishobhya connection. Some has Rina Sambhava. Some has Amitabha family. Some has Green Buddha. Which one? Aishobhya. Among us today. So this each Buddha, actually they are together, but due to our connections, and you will have an opportunity to go to each Buddha's realm to liberate. So that's why the very long empowerment performing, and we have like sometimes hold the stake and throw in the mandala. So the checking the connection, okay. The stake is falling to which mandala. You put in the center, the mandala like flat, right? The stake is you put in the center, the mandala, then sometimes falling to west. That means you are connect to more Buddha Amitabha. So then you get name is like associated with you get a secret name when you have very long empowerment, some empowerment. So the name is associated with Buddha Amitabha. If the stake is falling to east, then you associated more Amoghasiddha, Vajrasattva. So your name is associated with that Buddha. Another is which emotions stronger you have. I think you have more connection than Buddha. If anger is strong than others, then we have opportunity to liberate in the Buddha Vajrasattva enlightenment. If your attachment is strong than any other emotion, then we need a Buddha Amitabha. Okay. And therefore, let's say no, without distraction, 160. The vision of entire peace, for example, of the 5 enlightening family comes together with which is called the vision of the 4 persistent cognition compound. So this the wisdom is 4 wisdom compound together, but here is not accomplishment wisdom. We have 5 wisdom, right? Do you remember each wisdom name? Center one, no. Dharma wisdom. East is, we know, right? Mirror like wisdom, easy. Then south, Rina Sambhava is economic wisdom. Buddha Amitabha is discernment wisdom. Okay, and Ashobia is accomplishment wisdom. No, see, I have a.
You see?
Then which one is not coming? Accomplishment wisdom is not coming. Other four is coming together. So four persistent cognition compound will not come to invite you to recognize this. So recognize this is all these Buddhas comes together, risku. So all mentioned. Then same time, so this all the Buddhas from the Northern Buddha fair, okay, light and the chart of Buddha nature in sacred this male and the female deity of the five enlightened families. The four male gatekeeper, then there's a lot many there because no, this is the peaceful deity, 42 peaceful deity, right? Do you remember 42 peaceful deity? And 58 wrathful deities. So we have 100 deities. Where these 100 deities, all is within us. Okay, not somewhere else. But no is we don't recognize these deities with us. We're not seeing that. Same is like, you don't see how many people in this zone, right? You're not seeing because the different direction facing. Same, and actually we have a lot of people in here in the computer, but you don't see.
58 wrathful.
Yeah, so 58 Radfords there. Okay.
It's 58.
58 Radfords in the zone. But they don't see you guys. So like that, we have deities within us, but we don't see. And then I show you this like this direction so you can see. And then that means like, when we die, and this not be with the body, and be with in the space. Okay. So the projection is changed, direction change. So that's why this very beautiful instruction actually hearing liberation teaching. If you study this hearing liberation teachings, then you really understanding Vajrayana teaching. The Vajrayana teaching is more actually profound and more go into essence. So inner level, we call inner teachings. Normally the Lord's teachings we talk about outer level teaching is relative truth. But come into this teaching is talk about within really ourselves, investigating, okay? And normally talk about the house is in this house. Outer level means like in this teaching is talk about the house means this body is our own house. So inner teaching means. Sacred teaching means only talk about the mind. Mind is because you cannot see, right? That's why it's a secret. The body is inner. And this house is outer. So normally we say like when the rain comes or something happens, we talk about the house, how to make good house, better house, and protecting for the weather or these many things, reasons we need a good house. Similarly, we want happiness. We need to then create like the good condition. Yeah, we create a good karma. We want good things, right? Example, we want a good house. Long as you have a good house, what benefit? Safety then. Of course, safety. Like long as you have good karma, you safe from the lower realms. Okay. So that's why the more talk about the same is like outer teaching means outside conditions. And that helps you to take birth to higher realms, good condition you get. Inner teachings always examining the body inside. So then that teaching, inner teaching is Vajrayana teaching. So we don't see normally, but we have something. We don't recognize we have. Okay. And then we have like diversity channels, chakras. If you have ability to go into another direction channel, you have totally different Sedona. We have many Sedonas, many Grand Canyons, okay, in our body has. So many universes also, many United States or like many countries. So that kind we have like within us each channel and chakras. Okay, so that's it's or it's inner teachings. Like talk about like somebody use the camera, you see all our inside body, right? Organs, everything. So that's what Vajrayana teaching means. You investigating inside, like then followed by our also the feeling. Talk about the feeling. Talk about our positive energy, negative energy. Energies. All this talk about is the Vajrayana teaching. Then it's 100% focus for mind. No talk about the body anything. And then that is called the sacred teaching. Then already the Mahamudra. So only we talk about Wi-Fi is Mahamudra. Talk about Zoom, these meetings is Vajrayana. Okay. Physically people meeting is auto level teaching. Do you understand? So that's the you have to understand. Now we have 59 rat for extra another. Okay, so all this the today sharing, the yesterday talk is a lot. It's a peaceful daily experience. Then go to the day 7th. It's called Vijayadaras. It's also like if we talk about the chakras, this peaceful daily experience is coming from the heart. Okay, another called Vijayadaras, and then they talk about in the throat level chakras experience. This not 100% right for not peaceful, so it's kind of little right for and Vijayadaras, I think so. So it's talk about in the throat chakra. So then that is a day 7 experience. Day 1 to day 6 is like your heart center chakra is appeared in your space. Then you have all this peaceful daily experience. Yeah, the day 7, this throat chakra is appeared to you in the space, and they call Vijayadaras. Okay, day 9, then starting this chakra, crown or forehead, the kapha lies. This chakra is opened. I mean, then this has also different directions, right? And then the first one is the center, and then goes to is like day by day is rising. It's called become actually same Buddha, but it's changed to form bodies, Radha. And then we have so many diversity inside, constitution or like many different things in the body. That's also rising to different kind of, then Radha for that is form bodies. So also element, something, energy, many different things rising to form body. It's called Radha for, 48 Radha for experience. Coming day 7 is like Vijayadara, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See 5 days. So these 5 days, all this comes Radha for deities, but it's actually same exactly Buddha in the peaceful deities. They just change to Radha for. Then wrath for is more harder to recognize because the reason is the disease has more fear, more scared. Also, another opportunity is very fast liberation, wrath for deity. Reason is they say you have more fears and you have more kind of, connections. Okay? The reason is you have lots of fears. Other distractions are gone. Do you understand? So then your mind is kind of more, like easily can hold like awareness. You go to ice bath, example, you really pain for your body, you easily hold your awareness. Then you go to steam rooms. Take little time steam room, you go get hold awareness. Do you understand? Because you know right away you get painful, right? So that's why ice bath is a kind of wrathful, experience. And steam room, this saunas is kind of peaceful daily experience. It goes more strong. Wrathful is very strong, but if you really achievements, more relaxed, more joyful again. And you go to ice bath, example, you're really painful, you stay a little longer, you hold awareness, then your painful is gone, you have more relax. You out of the ice bath, you get more relaxed. Do you understand? So that's why when I go to ice bath, I always thinking about wrath for deity. And stay longer, wrath for deity means like looks really strong, scared, but reality inner is really soft. More love there. Do you understand? So that's the reason we say normally, and the wrath for is source of compassion. So you see the wrath for, but you go more into that. You see love, compassion is there. Same as ice bath, And ice bath is painful, but you stay longer time, and then your bodies become fixed, more relaxed. Do you understand or no? Yes. Okay, good. So now we're going to skip all these wrathful deities. This is just wrathful short information, and then see the wrathful the two things. One is more maybe harder to recognize. Another way is very easy to recognize. Realization get. Because harder is the reason is you get more scared, more fear, terrified, and that's why you easily turn away. So hard to liberate. Another way, more easy liberation because your other distractions are gone. So you have more, can be easily focused. So that's why I mentioned, you go to ice bath, like extremely cold, you can focus easily. You no choice. Another level, you have to try to hold your awareness. And when you have fears, and you have more opportunity to see your awareness. It's normally you don't have fears, you have lots of distractions. And you talk with somebody, you never get awareness. Zero, not possible. You watch this social media, you never get awareness because it's distractions. And maybe you get very strong anger. You have more opportunity to get awareness. Or you have very strong fears, or you maybe has really sad something. That time is other distraction all gone. That feeling is so strongly arising. And then you have ability to hold your awareness. As long as you have that, you can liberate. So that's the reason, another opportunity in the wrath for deity when the rising. So now, Vijadaras is we finish Vijadaras. And Wrath for deities. Okay, here is some instructions, very beautiful. I mean, everything is beautiful here. Okay. So see, this even more so for ordinary person feeling in F, terror and fear, because when wrathful comes, they were far into the abyss of lower existence and suffer miserable. 167. So however, see, even the most inferior of yogins who has practiced the way of sacred mantra were immediately upon seeing the exemplary blood drinking deities, recognize them to be meditation deities as if meeting odd acquaintances. Trusting in them, the yogin will dissolve indivisibly into the meditation of deity and attain Buddhahood. So the crucial point is indeed that those in this world who have perilled to death, right? Okay, meditate on the former description of these blood-drinking Buddha bodies, and also meet offering and prayers to them, or at the very least, have simply seeing them painted and sculpture images may recognize the forms that arise here and attain liberation. So that's the reason, we need a tanka and a statue and some, connections with author support. So long as you are Vajrayana practicing, even you are not that good practitioner, but you have devotion, you have already prayed to the wrathful deities, you create offerings, connection to that, and even you are not that good practitioner, you can liberate in this state. So otherwise, see, even those who preceptors who hold the monastic disciplines and the teachers of dialectics who have not been introduced die. So now see this is like what I told to you, our body is like inner teaching, right? Same is like somebody who has talked about all diversity things, lots good knowledges, how to do or build this house, every detail knows. But come into body, you confuse. Okay, you don't have any ideas. So somebody have a really good conduct and, good karma. But many like other, knowledges, good things. But in the Pardo, come to all this wrathful deities, you don't recognize who they are. You don't know what is going on there. You can be lost. So that's the reason, here, however great their perseverance was in religious conduct, or however line they were in their exegetica, right? Clarifying doctrines within the human world. So philosopher also, maybe scholars. So no auspicious signs such as major and minor bone relics or rainbow light were appear. So there, sometimes we, in the relative level, who has this quality, that teacher is best. We follow because we know the author level you recognize, right? Or he has a good education, he has knowledge. Or, somebody has a very good conduct. And, in the monastery, okay, example, follow that person. Yes. So some like maybe another somebody has like good maybe Vajrayana practitioner or something, we don't recognize who they are. So when they die, is then it's recognize who's the best. Because the reason is to see here, the someone normally we think is a very good teacher, very high sometimes, but they don't have any special science when they die. Sometimes we don't know that it's just normal ones something, but die there's some special comes. So that's the reason is because other is a more relative level. It's great, but they don't have this Vajrayana like really in the knowing the practice. That somebody came build this house is very good, but don't know even acupuncture things, right? So like that. So then of course like somebody have wrong views, they're not possible. So all this good when die somebody that has like Tugdam, relics, rainbow, or some special science come to the someone died that they has this Vajrayana practice and recognize deity is deity. And otherwise, even you have a good conduct, if you have good knowledge, but nothing happen. Even within the relative level, you are great, but when you die, it's not great. Okay, in the relative level, you are not great, but when you die, maybe great. So never know. So then people die, so have many diversity experience. So there's some here list, okay, indication of this one or more of the following signs will occur. The sky will become clothless. Sky is no clothes here, right? So kind of like no clothless, some just rainbow kind of like appear in the space. So then the body will merge into rainbows and the lights. A shower of flower will falls. Some people see flowers maybe, but kind of like normally most people see the snow petals, beautiful snow falling in space, even like good weather. Okay. Sometimes rain comes, so it's just shower flower will fall. There will be the bodies become shrinking. That's we know. Smaller. Then body don't have like smells anything, and they stay warm, heat, alive 7 days. So then some is go rainbow body. That's the most highest level. Will be the fragrance perform in the air and the sound of music in the sky. Sometimes you hear the songs in the space, so Dhamara songs or something different kind. Where rays of light, major and minor relax. So then many relics come from body, emerge rainbow light and so forth will appear in the funeral prayers. So that's the Vajrayana like this deity practitioner has. Then if not deity practicing, no Mahamudra meditation, don't have that. See, that's why here says for the upholder of the monastic disciplines. So in the monastery, who's most important? Who has monastic discipline? Who has upholder the monastic discipline? That is the most important. The realization is not important, okay? Do you understand? So reason is because we don't know who has a realization, who don't have. That is like cannot you see, right? You cannot how to say recognize or don't know. Then in the monastery, which is best, most important is upholder of the monastic discipline and the monastic vows. So that then the teacher of dialectics who has knowledge, and that also Buddha Shakyamuni mentioned. So which one is more important in the monastic level? So Buddha Shakyamuni mentioned who has upheld the monastic discipline, vows, and that's most number one. And then not number one. Number one is knowledge, wisdom, and number second is uphold monastic vow. Who's more longest one? Okay, it's longest one. And then they have questions. Okay, someone has more knowledge than someone who has more longer, discipline. Wow. So then which is more important? The Buddha said then can change like this. Change means like knowledge one first. Okay. So that's the tradition. Okay, Buddhists like in the monastery we follow, but we don't follow the realization. Okay, because unpredictable. Never know who has a realization, who don't have, right? And that's why the most important university Buddhist is Nalanda University. Chandrakirtis get fired, and Shantideva also get trouble in the fires. So that's why they has knowledge, but they didn't share the knowledge. People didn't recognize their knowledge. And then there also another hand hidden realization. So hidden realization make them kind of crazy guys, So that's why the monastery who upholders of this monastic discipline, they say, oh, this guy is incorrect. So they wanted to fire, yeah. So that's not in the Nalanda University. In many Tibetan tradition we have, many teachers get fired, realizers. So
Good catch.
Didn't get here in time.
Okay, that's all right. Still got okay. Hold on.
okay. So anyway, these people, those serious meditators who have meditated in this practice of great perfection in the great Sir Mahamudra, will recognize the inner readings and that dawns during the intermediate state of the time of death, and will attain Buddha body of reality. For the meditator, there is absolutely no need to read this liberation by hearing. So in summary, this is the individuals recognize the inner readings during the intermediate state of the time of death. Mahamudra practitioner liberate in that state. Okay, so then another level. So we meditate, but we are not realizer. Okay, then what happens? So we have many opportunities. Okay. Maybe when death pardo comes, could be you recognize these inner readings, or during this reality pardo, also when you have ability to see the deities and you have ability to hold your awareness, and you can liberate these inner readings too. And then also in here more goes to the pardo of birth. So you have many opportunity, you have liberated these inner readings. If you are a very good practitioner, you're not coming down to all the way in this area. You liberate before like death pardo. Then second is they will attain the Buddha body of reality. If they achieve recognition during this intermediate state of reality, then the vision of the peaceful and wrathful deities arise. They will attain Buddha body of perfect resources, Sambhonakaya liberation. So that is all mostly Yedam deity practitioners. You practice Yedam deity, you seeing deities is your own deity. So you can liberate. If they achieve recognition during the intermediate state of rebirth, they will be attain Buddha body or emanation. See, it's called Nirmanakaya liberation. Somebody liberate in the this rebirth of Pardo, then that's called Nirmanakaya liberation. Someone, this deity is effort to like light rays comes, you have recognized is you Sambonakaya liberation. Someone die, and then momently you have ability to knowing your nature, you liberate the Dharmakaya. So 3 different liberations normally we have. Okay, so now that 3 is like in this teaching coming one by one, right? The first reality, first one is called Dharmakaya liberation, and who have ability to recognize the inner readings, drink of death, is called Dharmakaya liberation. Then someone has, vision of the peaceful and wrathful deity arise, there will attain Buddha body of perfection resource is Sambonakaya liberation. And then some people, have ability to meditate the state of rebirth. Also someone share these instructions. Somebody have ability to record their own practice again. So can liberate in the Bardo of rebirth. So alternatively, at very less, individual who have heard this teaching will be born into the highest existence, where based on the residual potency of their past actions, they will again meet with and be able to practice this sacred teaching in the next life. Since this sacred teaching is based on recognition in the intermediate state, the great liberation by hearing this teaching, whereby Buddhahood can be attained without meditation. It is the teaching thereby liberation can be attained just by it is being heard. So at this is the teaching whereby those that are the most negative are led into the sacred path. It is the teaching whereby essential points of discrimination are instantly grasped. And it is a profound teaching, thereby perfect Buddhahood is instantaneously attained. So all this is like beneficial. This is impossible for those sentient beings who have been engaging by the teaching to far into lower existences. Okay, so that's all we share here, many beautiful these qualities, teachings benefit. Then, they also have 2 things, liberation by hearing and liberation by wearing. Wearing liberation is sometimes some put in the body always carry with you. Sometimes like we make the blanket, and so people, some die like when put a cremated, right? And the blanket is put in the body. So have lots of these mantras and the deity's mandala in there. So that's called the wearing liberation. Liberation by wearing should be together. This together is go together is better. Since their conjunction is like a mandala of gold inlaid with turquoise ornaments. See, we have a mandala, gold mandala, then put turquoise ornament is more beautiful, right? See, something you neglect is first like it's a gold necklace, and you put a diamond in there, it's more valued, more beautiful. Same, I think you have these 2 together liberations is more beneficial. So then go to skip these sections. So now it's like wrathful death is coming to one by one. Next is, so just change also color is like change, form is a change. I mean, actually 5 Buddhas coming to one by one. So page 227. So 227, okay. Here mentioned is the summary. So chart of Buddha nature, see, through the expressive power of emptiness, the Buddha body of reality has arising as peaceful deities. Recognize this. So Dharmakaya, emptiness rising to peaceful deities. Then the Buddha body of reality has arising as a peaceful deity. Recognize this. Through the expressive power of radiance, the Buddha body of perfect resource has arising as wrathful deity. Recognize this. As wrathful deity is rising from the power of radiance. So we have nature mind has empty aspect is rising, or the peaceful deities. Nature mind has this, radiance, and that rising to the wrathful deities. So actually, they are just same. Then at this time, so when the example of the 58 blood drinking deities manifest from within your brain, it's manifest from the brain. You should recognize all that arise as the naturally arising luminosity of your own awareness. Then if recognition occurs, you will immediately attain Buddhahood, inseparable from the blood drinking deities. Does it make sense or no? If you recognize, you have become part of that. If you not recognize, then you are separate from them. So if not recognize, then what happens is child of Buddha nature. If even though you do not recognize this reality and become afraid and turn away from the visionary appearances, you will go to experience yet further suffering. It's more suffering. Then, if recognition does not occur, so if the not recognize is called more worse. What happens? All the blood drinking deity will be perceived as yamas. Yama. So that's the reason we have to practice yamitaka. You will be overwhelmed by fear, by awe, and by terror at the light of all the blood drinking deity, and you will faint. Those visionary appearances which are naturally manifestation of actual reality. So we seem to have become demons, and you will continue, right, to roam in single existence. See, all the visionaries become demons, And due to that, then you get more suffering and go to Rome in single existence. But even though if you are not and not terrified, you will avoid the continued wandering within single existence. If you're not scared, no fears, then you don't have to go to samsara. It's another very easy to liberation, right? You think so? So we don't have to put so hardship. Practice Dharma. Just don't forget in these instructions. So then this wrath for deity, peaceful deity is the largest of the Buddha body of the peaceful, and wrath for deity will be as vast as the sky. The middle one will be the size of Mount Samuri. And even the smallest will be the size of 18 of our bodies standing, one above the other. Do not be afraid. So its size is very big. So all phenomena existing is known arising as luminosity and Buddha bodies. See, all the phenomena, everything is become like just your visionary is a change, you know. It's become some thing about it. Just some people, even some tiny things like that thing is so big, something, right? And that kind, you know, happen for visionary change, everything. All phenomena become something different for the disease. And even like little bit wind comes, their fear is like, you know, hurricane. Do you understand? And even like we have like see in the your own stomach has making songs inside there. So that songs appear to in the space, the thousand thunders. You know, your you breathe air is like kind of, you know, hurricane. So that's why this you know, because the Pardo beings have so much these fears. But if you recognize this, like you, the songs is coming from you, maybe air's coming from you, see, is you not back there. Okay, so that's the reason here the phenomena existing is known arise as luminosity and Buddha body means it's because all is emptiness, not really existed there. That's why we call Buddha body. Okay, if it truly existed there, then we cannot say Buddha body. The reason is why is we call Buddha body is not that inherently permanently exists. It's a delusion. So you recognize it is emptiness. It's always Buddha body. If you don't recognize, then everything is damaged, and then you have to run with. When we have a hurricane in Florida, everyone is go to flow north, like so much traffic jam on the road. Same like that. All Pardo beings go to another direction. So that's the same idea. Okay, by recognize all this present visionary appearance to be the natural luminosity of your own intrinsic awareness. Then all this, like radiating, whatever is coming, is actually our own personal cognition wisdom, natural luminosity. See, your own intrinsic awareness, manifesting as light and Buddha's bodies. So that's manifesting light. And you were dissolved inseparable within the light, and Buddha body and Buddha heart will be attained. So chart of Buddha nature, whatever fearsome and terrifying apparitions appear to you know, recognize them to be naturally manifestation of actual reality. It's nice, right? Very good. If we have to recognize it, it's always recognize them to be natural manifestation of actual reality. Do not be afraid. Recognize this appearance as inner radiance, your own natural luminosity. Upon recognition, you will undoubtedly attain Buddhahood right now. So if recognize, right there is Buddhahood. If it not recognize, not Buddhahood. So Bardo being has more opportunity to liberation than right now we have. Right now because so much distractions and everything's rare for us, and fixation is so strong, not easy to liberation. So I mentioned like you go into the cold ice bath, very cold one, okay, not just little cold. It's very, very cold. You get really painful. Maybe you use only method is just hold breathe or like low to awareness. And if like this condition, you don't have that opportunity, So we say like hold breathe, like okay. Not easy to hold breath and low to awareness, like very hard to stop this delusion thoughts. Okay, so that's why it's when we a lifetime hard recognition, and in the Pardo is a very another good condition to liberation. So when you have not hungry, okay, you eat good food already, something there's really good many food, you don't care anything, just okay food there. You really are hungry, extremely hungry. Even there's a like food smell also benefit. Do you understand? Yeah. So I talked with one person. He have to run from Tibet, and so he went through many hardships. So he says, the even food smell like something in your bakes somewhere, that helps you survive like couple of days. So that has a different experience. How like food is beneficial, survive to you. Otherwise, we right now you say how can benefit this, like even smells like something, we don't recognize, right? Because we already have food, everything, smell is like food smells like nothing. Like say we right now we cannot feel that benefit, but someone extremely hunger and smell also benefit. So then he told me that how he recognized why we put this food in the fire, smell, make smell, food smell to offering, because hungry gods. So he said he really understanding that time due to his suffering. Okay, so he said he cannot get into the house somewhere, like he close somewhere and there have food smell come from. That also help him get strength to walk. Okay, so in the Pardo we have this same, like you have so much this something going on, and like easily get some connections or beneficial. Do you understand? Yes, what do you?
For people who are like really sick, people who get like really, really, really sick and they're like almost die, do they get a version of a bardo that they get to experience?
Well, it's depending, I think. We cannot say yes, no. Everything's unpredictable because due to the person's condition, which is called instantaneous perfect Buddhahood will occur at this moment. Remember this and hold it in your mind. That's very strongly instruction. Pema Sambhava, say please hold your mind. This instruction, his power of his wisdom and compassion. So then, if it goes all the wrathful deities after become more harder to realize. Reason is see here. So child Buddha nature. If you do not recognize this visionary appearance is no and continue to be afraid, then all the Buddha body of the peaceful deities will arise in the form of Mahakalas. Mahakala means very dangerous ones. So Mahakala is we practice Dharmapala Mahakala, but maybe not like that. Okay, that means like very danger. So some like even when you go yourself somewhere, if you see something, if you scared, example maybe snakes, many things become you see the snakes. You scared lions, like you go somewhere yourself in the mountains, you see many even stones like kind of lying. You feel they're moving. So like that, it's become more strong effective for the Pardo beings because they have more fears. So that's the reason every visionary things become apart to the Maras means. So right now, like we're not scared. Whatever you see is nothing is a problem. But if you go to like maybe somewhere else, very dangerous place, maybe there has many lions, tigers, snakes problems. If you survive, its chances maybe 20%. Then you see all the rocks is lions. Okay, everything something in the like shadows is snakes. Do you understand? So you have different experience. Nighttime, in Tibet, mountains very crowded and very high, very dark. And I go sometimes nighttime somewhere. It's just everything is like kind of spirits. You hear the songs. You see something. You're easily scared. Do you understand? Yeah. When then somebody make you more scared, you're more scared. And when I was in monastery, when I was young, we have to go to night shift. Okay, practice turning the prayer. And that sometimes like no moon, right? And have to get up from the room to go to there. It's a little far. All the rocky mountains and very dark, Sometimes we have a torch, so, and then wind comes. Sometimes it's also the deers there, there's more deers, like kind of different deers. The wild animals, they make songs, something. It's just always thinking about the spirits, something. Sometimes I carry two torches. One is front, one is behind, like this. Okay. Always feel something there, right? So daytime you go, so like nothing there. See, like we have a daytime experience. Okay, Bardo beings are like exactly same nighttime experience. So that's the difference. Okay, so we're arising before Mahakala, or the Buddha body of the wrathful deity were arising in the form of a Yama, Dharmaranja. And all of your perception were turned into malevolent forces. In this way, you will continue to wander in cyclic existence. Then you get more fear, scared. So important is here is a chart of Buddha nature. If you do not recognize these present appearances as natural manifestation of actual reality, even though you may have been learned in all the sutras and the tantras, which form the Buddha's transmitted precepts, and even though you may have practiced these doctrines for eons, Buddhahood will not be attained. Yet if you recognize the visionary appearances that are manifesting naturally, then through the understanding of some essential points, this makes you more, I don't know, maybe spoil us. Good practitioners, maybe they don't want to practice. Oh, I'm just learn this, I'm okay. Don't go that direction, okay? So we have to practice, and otherwise you get lazy again. you will attain Buddha. The point is you recognize, you liberate. If no recognition, even you have lots of good things, but still you get confusions. So the same is like you have GPS, you can go, you never been in the big city, right? Still you can drive, you can go. Somebody stay in the city that knows the cities where it's like, important like or government burdens, where the people, which areas are nice, which areas are bad, or everything. But if you don't have GPS, you drive, you get mistakes, you can lost. So same like that. Do you understand? So this is the just point is the best GPS we can get. So then all the visionary is changed to become peace for deity, right? It's changed to wrath for deity is no change to yamas, and dharma ranjas. Then you have get more fears. So this is lots about talk about yama ranja where appear. So become you get more fears, scared. And now the instruction is very beautiful here. We have to take break, right? We started at 9. Okay, I think take break is okay. Do you want to take break in the Zong Sangha? 58 Wrath for deities.
Sure, Kempo, we can take a
Okay.
break too.
Oma nepe me home. Trashi delay everyone.
It seems very echoey, Kempo.
Yeah, that sound
Oh,
isn't
really?
It
good.
hurts my ears.
Oh. Why is echo?
Just how you sound right now.
Noise, you have echo? Still you have echo?
Yes, still have an
Really?
echo. Yes.
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure.
Ah. Okay.
I think it was this simple.
Oh, bring here that one.
Now that sounds better, whatever you're doing now.
That makes echo. This guy is a problem. In
Oh.
this one.
Okay.
No one doing echo, but this guy making echo.
Power on.
Echo?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it hurts my ears.
So I have to turn off this.
That's perfect. Just like that.
I want to use that, but maybe Zoom is not suitable.
Zoom is very picky. Only allowed one device, me.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready, everyone?
Yes, Kempo, thank you.
Okay, so now page 136. It says, child of Buddha nature. When such visions arise, do not be afraid or terrified. Your body is a mental body of formed of habitual tendencies. Therefore, even if you are slain and cut into pieces, you will not die. You are in reality a natural form of emptiness. So there's no need to be afraid. Bardo, the disease like form is only mental form body. They don't have a really physical body, and that's why it's if long as you recognize you have not really body there, then you don't have to scare the fears. And sometimes in the dream, do you recognize the dream? If you're falling from the rocks, if you know it is a dreaming, then you're not scared, right? So if you not recognize, then you're really scared, you die. And so if you know it is, it's dreaming, but then it's nothing going to happen because it's not really going to die there. The same is like in the Pardo disease, like if not recognized, there has this lot, how to say, it's visionary arise. And visionary is like scared things. Someone going to get them, kind of like cock them. They fears like someone going to cut them. But reality, no one going to cut them. It's even, knowing it is, it's Pardo. No one cut there because nobody there. The mind cannot cut. right? Mind is not physical objects. So that's why the importance, we have to know when we are in the bardo, no one can torture us. And no one can beat us there. No one can court us there, right? Everything is just delusion. Recognize that we don't have a body. The form of Yama Dharma Ranja arises too from the natural luminosity of your own intrinsic awareness. They have no material substance. Also, even the Yamas also not really body there too. Emptiness cannot be harmed by emptiness. So ourself is emptiness. Visionary also, even yamas, like whatever you see something is also not really exist. It's emptiness. So clearly, know that other than arising from the natural expressive power of your own awareness, whatever seems to appear to you externally, be peaceful and wrathful deities, the blood-drinking herukas, the diverse animal heads, deities, the rainbow lights, the frightening form of yamas, etc. These are all without a substantial existence. If this is successfully determined, fear and terror will be liberated naturally just where it is. It is just release itself. Same as waves coming from the ocean dissolve to the ocean. And all these terrors, like very scared forms rising from your own mind, is you recognize it is emptiness, dissolve to your own mind. Not really there, true rule exists there. If you knowing that, you will dissolve inseparable with the visionary appearances, and the Buddhahood will be attained. You reach the liberation. Then another way you can practice is like upon recognizing the visionary appearance in this way, be fervently devoted and think, these are my meditational deities. Or you just think about whatever visionary comes, like meditate the Buddha's body. They have come to escort me on the dangerous pathway of intermediate state. I take refuge in them. So you change to the negative object or fears, very fear, right? Scared object is changed to Buddha's body, pure perception. And then you can take refuge to that, become, you can create devotion to that, and everything is become changed and transformed. So remember the three precious jewels. Remember your meditational deity, or like usually deity Tara or Chinreze, whatever you practice. It may be call to your meditation deity by name and pray with the following words. I am roaming in the intermediate state. Come quickly to rescue me. Hold me in your compassion, or precious meditation deity. So also you can call to your spiritual teacher by name and pray with the following words. I am roaming in the intermediate state. Rescue me. Do not let your compassion forsake me. Pray devotedly yet again to the exemplary blood-drinking deities and recite this aspirational prayer. So you can chant that prayers and then, change our perceptions. And also this prayer is very beautiful. It mentions us roam in cyclic existence. So we are in the bardo. Then we, through our strongly devotion, chant this prayer, divine by deep-seated habitual tendencies. May the example of mere peaceful and wrathful deities, transcending Lord, draw me towards, leading me on the path of radiant light, through which all awesome and terrifying perceptions are left behind. May the example of the wrathful female deities, Dav Savari, and so forth, support me from behind, and those insecure may I be rescued from the fearsome passageway of the intermediate state and be escorted to the level of an utterly perfect Buddha. So that's also, we rescue prayer chanting. Then this also very beautiful mentioned, like no, when I roam alone, so means like when we go into the Pardo, we go ourselves, right? Separate from my loved ones. Then and the myriad image of emptiness arise, naturally manifesting. May the Buddha quickly release the power of their compassion. And may there be fear of awesome and terrifying intermediate state be in anode, right? Anode. Yeah. So that's all, like we the Pardo basically supplication to the gurus, deities, and aspiration to three jivas. Change all the negative perceptions, change to positive perception. And yesterday also we talked, so in the Pardo we have to create more positive energy, not create negative energy. So negative energy, affected to go to wrong directions. And as long as you create a positive energy, then go to right directions. So that's the reason, seeing the forms is like visualize Buddha's form and create devotions, create pure perception. So devotion rising, and then you go on all the negative energy. So that's what power of devotion comes, and then you have ability to liberate. And then also another like compassion, change it like compassion, loving, create that intention mind. Also negative energy is dissolved. So power of love, compassion, we can go to right directions, go to liberation. So that's the reason in the Pardo, where the beings, Pardo beings has many conditions create negative energy, easily upset. But in this instruction, help you change that, negative energy, change to positive energy. Even like appearances, like, you see really bad maras, but you can change it to Buddha's form body. And something you really said, anger, sadness, feelings, change to compassion. So change to devotions. So that's why liberating. And, who really liberate? Think about devotion, feeling, liberation makes liberate. Compassion, liberating. Love can liberate. Forgiveness, generosity, all these good qualities will liberating. Some
Kempo, you're muted.
All this time, the whole time.
Okay, your sound's back.
what happened?
You went mute.
Who mute?
I don't know. I thought it may be a mistake on your end.
We're asking if you were muted the whole time.
You get mute the whole time or just only short time?
No, just before I said you're muted.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Marilyn. So you rescue us.
I was listening.
Oh, good. So that's why I say, like, Buddha, he mentioned clearly, I cannot liberate you. I cannot help you how to liberate, right? So we see the enlightened form body, you get devotions. That feeling is positive. then you don't have sad, negative energy when devotion rising to your mind. See, that time, then you don't go to lower realms. Power of devotion, you go to liberating. See, that's why it's, devotion, reality, devotion is liberating you. And then compassion is liberating you. When you have, anger or something, you change to that compassion. So power of compassion, you're not going to go to hell realms. You go to liberation path. That's we have to understand it. Looks like otherwise like Buddha's teaching and this against, right? Another way like Buddha can really help and liberate us everything if you use supplication to Buddha. But on the other hand, Buddha say very clearly, and the liberation is really up to you. And I cannot liberate you, and only I can help you how to go to liberation path. So Buddha is a support, liberation, support. And if you see the Buddha's body, you're rising devotion. And then power of devotion you can liberate. So that's we have to understand here, okay? Then we have to do the chant of Mani Padme Hum. I think we are. So may I recognize it? So then you chant these aspirations, you arising devotion, you change negative perceptions, transform to Buddha's body. You can change all the negative songs, transform to enlightening speech, like mantras, So power of that we can liberate. So may I recognize them as my own nature without F and without terror. And as the manifold form of the peaceful and wrathful deity arise, may I be fearlessly confident and recognize the characteristic of the intermediate state. When I express suffering as the result of negative past actions, may the meditation of deity dispel all such misery. And as natural song of reality reverberate like a thousand peal of thunder, may all songs be heard as the resonance of the sixth syllable of Mani Padme Hum. So only that practice can we reach liberation. Very simple things in liberation, right? But we didn't know how to do it. And here has like 2 paragraphs that can make you liberation very easily. So then this is like these aspirations. You can recite aspiration prayer with deep devotion, and it's very important. As all fear and terror dissolved. See, like long as devotion comes, your fear is dissolved. Fear is the coming from the object, negative something. You recognize it's maras there or like demons. That's why you get fears. But you recognize is that the object is Buddha's form. You get fear or no? No, right? See, that's why release fears. And as long as you release fears, then you liberate. So recite as all fear and terror dissolve. See, you were is good, right?
Assuredly.
Surely attain Buddhahood in the Buddha body of perfect resource. So do not be distracted. The above introduction should be given 3 up to 7 times. This area, like, have to tell many times for disease. The reason is because, one time they maybe don't get. You telling many times should be their get. Even if the negative of the disease is very great, and even if the inheritance of past action is very bad, it is possible for liberation not to occur if there is recognition, yet regardless of how often these teachings are given. If recognition does not occur, the disease will necessarily roam into the intermediate state of rebirth. So then you lost the opportunity for the reality, pardon, liberation. So the introduction to that state is presented below in the details. So conclusion, this reality, pardon. So of the introduction to intermediate state of the time of death and the intermediate state of reality. So since it is generally the case that one will experience bewilderment at the time of death, this liberation by hearing is indispensable, right? Indispensable. Whatever one's degree of familiarity with meditative practice. In the case of these who have considerable familiarity with meditative experience, the recognition of the nature of reality can arise instantly as soon as awareness separates from the main material body. So this, death part of many people has opportunity to liberation here mentioned. Therefore, that is essential to cultivate this experience of reality during one's lifetime, means like right now, when we are in the living part. Those have been introduced to the nature of awareness directly. So nature of awareness, talk about the natural mind. I think you have lots of these teachings. And as long as you have these instruction teachings, and who have cultivated this aspect of meditative, like not only you have teaching, you have to meditate, cultivate. Then you have experience during their lifetime, where have a great ability during the intermediate state of the time of death, when the inner radiance arises. So it's called, that's a like short, summary or conclusion, right? The death part of conclusion. So that, long as right now we practice Mahamudra and hearing the teaching, meditate, practice, then when we have ability to liberate in the death part. Yes. Then additionally, so this is summary for the conclusion for the reality part. Those who during the lifetime emphasize meditation on the deity, according to the generation and the perfection stage of the way of sacred mantra, will have the greatest ability during the intermediate state of reality. So if you practice the Yidam deities, and you meditate, to visualize, and then we have opportunity to liberate in the reality part. So that's is the deity practice in what we're sharing here is transforming. What is transforming? Impure perception is transformed to pure perceptions. So that's why when we practice the Yidam deity, we visualize in this environment is the deity's palace. Yeah. And then we visualize, deity is strong. We visualize the syllable. Then we visualize the syllable is transformed to our body's deity's form body. So that's meditation practice, is transforming all these birth karmic imprints. So we have to block the birth, right? Womb birth, we have to block that. Otherwise, you're going to take birth. And you're visualizing the space that impure is changed to deity's pure line. And the example, this place is all you visualize Buddha Amitabha pure line. And then you visualize your palace where you stay. The house is Buddha Amitabha's palace. And where you sit, that visualize, lotus seat. And then top the sun, this moon, this. Very simple, right? And the top that visualize the syllable. Example, you're going to visualize Buddha Amitabha, you visualize the Shri syllable, white, red Shri syllable. The Shri syllable is transformed to Buddha Amitabha's form. That means your consciousness is transformed to Buddha Amitabha. So that meditation is a solution for this purification, pardon, birth karmic imprints. So it's transforming negativity, or the perceptions change. And then also we chant the mantras. You recognize in the Pardo you have lots of these diversity songs, like 1,000 thunders. And due to that, you get extremely fear, scared, and nervous. And you meditate all the song is mantras. And then you have ability to change their songs. So then you meditate your mind, no thoughts, right? And be in the without the thoughts. So all the the emotions dissolving to transform to wisdom. So that's why when in the Pardo we have this light radiating. Rising is like actually the wisdom, omniscient wisdom is rising. So all is the practice, this deity practice is solution for Pardo. Impure perception is transforming. Karma is purification. So that's why when the vision of peaceful and wrathful deity arise, even the above, it is extremely important to train the mind, particularly in the liberation by hearing. While one is alive, so while we alive right now, we're doing good, okay? We are most clever ones here. Okay, we have to appreciate. Don't get an ego, okay? And who don't have these conditions, we have to generate compassion. So then not create ego. It should be embraced. It should be read aloud. So it should be truly comprehended. It should be taken to heart perfectly. This teaching is really into your mind. So when you have like something obstacle comes, momentarily you have ability to do this practice. So that's what we have to create. When anger arises, right, momentarily you have ability to hold awareness, or you have the ability to visualize your body's Vajrasattva's form body. When desire attachment is arising, you have the ability to hold awareness, or you meditate, your form is Buddha Amitabha. So that we have to create in this, practice. That's why, many Dharma practitioners, like something happens, they don't scare the fears, they hold the enlightening form, meditate. I think you heard this also story, Garjana Boche, he shares, when he went in Tibet, like maybe 2000, I don't know, maybe, when is that? 2000 when? 6, 7 something, I think, maybe 5 or 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think so, 2005, 6, 7 something. So he have to go back to from the Siling is another city to go back to Gar Monastery. It's at the winter time, and because he want to go back to monastery to do the Yamitaka practice. So on the way is like snow, ice, and who drive the car, he drive very fast, and the car is like this. And so what he mentioned is like he didn't think about the car is accident, and he just like thinking about the Tara, like, and hold the prayer where it's a Tara's form body, and then car is like 100% damaged, but he said no one get any injury inside there. So that kind of like when you have something happens, you don't have any like no scared fears, right? Just think about the deity and be that state. Then you nothing going to happen. Can you do that? So that means like you have really used to already, In the Pardo, then you get fears momentarily, or fear is like you can change to wisdom, right? And or the object is changed to Buddha's body.
Change to Tara.
Yeah, you can change it to Tara. If you like Tara, you can change it to Tara. So it's the most dirty practice. First, the source is not positive, negative, okay? Negative energy you really can change to the energy of the great joyful. And then you have devotion rising. Normally, you don't have negative energy, you create a positive energy, but that not really make you blissful. Do you understand? And when you have negative energy, you have ability to change that, transform. You feel blessed. You feel joyful. You feel appreciated for negative energy. So lucky I went through that, Otherwise, I cannot have this, right? So that's the reason, wrath for deity source is negative energy transforming. Peace for deity is your positive energy. Why is wrath for deity is so joyful, right? Actually, you think it's wrath for money. Actually, that's so joyful. Because the reason is this transform negative energies. That's why it shows different. So, who has ability to transform anger energy is blessed, is wrathful. And who has ability to negative, like this emotion, attachment, transform is yabyom, transform naked or yabyom. See? Who has ability to transform this ignorance, then you have like pig heads, animal heads. And the reason is because that symbolizes you transform to ignorance. Do you understand? So otherwise you don't get this. If you want to get pig heads in your crown, you have to liberate your ignorance. You are rising Dharma Dharma wisdom. So that's why here, like deity practice is transforming. So therefore we should read this aloud in public places. It should be propagated, since the awareness become many times clear during the intermediate state. Even if this teaching in sense it as know only once, and even if its meaning is not understood, it will be remembered at the time of death, without a single words being forgetting. Why is that, you think? See, right now even you don't hear clearly, but in the Pardo, like they can hear clearly. So I think the reason is because they don't have boundaries. So no, my work cannot go outside because this, voice is blocked by these things, right? Words can blocked. So in the Pardo, you don't have this any blockings. So only consciousness effort to out nakedly. Mind. So that's why you hear very clearly. Everything becomes so sensitive. Even like this, the Pardo beings can hear thunders. So these teachings, like, that's why they can hear very clearly. So that's you think so? Then if you have a compassion, you should read aloud across the pillows of all who are sick. It should be read aloud to the presence of all the body of the dead. It should be propagated far and wide. To meet with these teachings is a great good fortune. So therefore it should be read aloud to the ears of all during the lifetime. except for those who have gathered the accumulation of merit and pristine cognition, and purify their obscuration, it is difficult to encounter. Yet once it is heard, liberation can be achieved just by avoiding a mistaken view. Therefore, it should be greatly cherished. Is the essence of all the teachings. So why is we call hearing liberation? So here is the explain why is hearing is all the essence of the teaching. So they complete the introduction to the intermediate state of reality, which form part of the great liberation by hearing in the intermediate state. The teaching on the intermediate state, which liberate just by being heard or just by being seeing. And then this teaching is like Karma Lingpa is one of the teacher he discovered. Actually, this teaching is coming from Pema Sambhava, but yesterday I told you it's a hidden text. And then this Karma Lingpa, he discovered this sadhana is shared to us. So that part is like part 2, I think. So we finished that part. To know so part 3. Part 3 is then called this one is illusion of intermediate state of rebirth. So rebirth part. The rebirth part is more longer term. So I already mentioned, we have 6 pardos. The first 3 is a part of living pardo, and the last 3 is part of like when we die. So then this we have experience. So now here is intermediate state of rebirth is so peaceful, wrathful deity perform sacred teaching and naturally liberation through recognition of enlightened states. Okay, so we there's also more introduction here. We can skip this area. Introduction to the merit. So they're also sharing so you being this deity's experience you didn't recognize, due to your karma, something like that reason. Then here, page 158, the bottom part, or we can say just 58 is child of Buddha nature. Listen carefully, understand, Here brings gods and those with the body of the intermediate state born in a supernormal manner, formerly when the vision of the peaceful and wrathful deity arose before you during the intermediate state of reality, you did not recognize them. Then overwhelmed by terror, you have fainted. 4.5 days later, consciousness has upon awakening from this faint. See, the faint is when body mind separate, and then 3 days fainted. So some says fainted is 4.5 days. It's some 3 days. Normally the 3 days they say this is just never know individual situation, right? So some can fainted maybe many more days. Who has more attachment, fixation can fainted more days because you lost everything, And the less fixations, less fainted.
It's like Jesus.
Jesus how long fainted, you mean?
3.
3 days?
Yeah.
How you know?
That's what so we've been told.
Also, they talk about the Bardo kind of in the Christian tradition too?
Yes, and resurrection or rebirth into the sparkling salvation body or resurrection body, yeah.
Yeah, could go anywhere, show up here, show up there,
Hmm.
visit all the apostles and whatnot.
So here,
Yeah.
so this is a come from Buddha Shakyamuni. They all, so then what happens is your consciousness has again become clear and the body resembling your former one has a rising. So former one is a rising means like, no, we die like in the bardo. We have exactly our form body mentally, like same as a dreaming. In the dream you have your body. In the dream you don't have bird's body, right, with you.
Not usually, no.
You don't have fish body with you, right? In the dream, sometimes you have bird's body is very good. Sometimes you have falling to in the clubs, then you can fly. Or you wanted to go to the top of the mountain, you can fly up there. So we don't have that. We have a body exactly same right now what we have. So that's why after conscious wake up, you get same mental form body again. Once has reason, arising. This body is described in the Tantras. So described is the Tantra, Buddha Shakyamuni share. Having this bodily form of one's past and emerging existences, complete with all senses faculties and the power of obstructed movement, endowed with miraculously abilities derived from past actions, visible to those similar in kind and through pure clairvoyance. So it's the same, Pardo beings that see each other. I watch one movie, it's God's movie. This movie is made by in New York City, I think. The guy who died, he take the train, go everywhere. They see many guys inside the train, they fight each other. That's all is Pardo beings together, fighting. They don't need tickets to go in, But many other people, normally they don't see them. So they fight territories and they see each other. So like that, they're seeing each other. Then they can go everywhere. Even train is like going very fast. They can go inside, jump in the train. They don't fall into the ground. So they did really exactly Pardo, this movie. Do you see that movie?
Yeah, it's a color.
Ghost movie.
Ghost.
Oh, yes, I remember. Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, he was running around doing kind of things with, her new boyfriend.
Fighting too, they were fighting,
Yeah.
going to hell rounds.
So then he cannot touch, right?
Mhm.
He cannot grab things because no really body there. He cannot grab things. So sometimes you really focus, you can hit. The power of mind, that's why here Pardo also said, single point really focus. You can change. Then if someone has a clairvoyance, they can see these Pardo beings. And they see each other, but normally, the other people don't see them. This body is described in that, so clairvoyance. Here, past and emerging means that your present body, which is a product of your past habitual tendencies, resemble a body of flesh and blood. So same is like previous life body. But like a body of the what is it?
Auspicious.
Auspicious aeons, like sometimes like so they don't have really physical form body, and a long time ago, the great time like auspicious eons means like right now it's a big generation time. Auspicious eon means like people has more better than us. But I don't know, like worldly right now don't think that way. Okay, maybe another universe. And the normally, Buddha Abhidhamma teaching, talk about this auspicious eons. Auspicious eons, that means like the human beings first. They don't own anything. They don't have desire really. And they don't need homes, anything. But slowly, whatever they want, there comes. They don't need to, try to keep anything. So you want the food, only you eat momentarily there, and then you don't think about my dinner tonight, or don't think about tomorrow. So no fixation, attachment that. Then some bad guys, they kept some food, and due to that, then decreasing the energy, essence is decreasing. Auspicious are going to lost. So slowly then, or it's decreasing, it's due to desire create, or the decreasing started. And then that time people has more ratings, more good looking, I think, less bad smell, no need a shower, I think, okay? And they don't need a house, reason is no any things to hiding, everything pure. So slowly, then, people hiding something, and they make the boundaries wrongs and started, so decreasing. So here mentioned is a kind of like that body, Pardo Beng, some has a good looking. So also the Pardo Beng has a little light. They don't have sun in the moon. That's why they have own light. And so long time ago, people has their some own light, seeing like radiance. So I think that's why here mentioned possess a setting of the major and the minor marks. Since this state is operational experience of the mental body, it's called the mental body of operational experience in the intermediate state. So at this time, if you are to be born as a god, you will come to experience the operational fear of the realm of the gods, depending on which if the realm you are to take birth in, whether that of the inter-gods, humans, animals, angushi, spirits, or hair beings. You will come to experience its particularly operational fear. So therefore, past means that for this explain, like Buddha make short kind of verses explaining about Pardo beings. So now here is why this past means. Past means therefore 3.5 days. 3.5 days is loosely, 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Days you will possess the body form, which is product of your past habitual tendency and existence. Like 3 weeks, you always feel your previous body you have, or 4 weeks, okay? Then after change to feature your life, kind of, if we take the birth, it's birds, you kind of feel you have bird's body with you. Okay, so you take the body, is a monkey body, and then you feel you have monkey body with you. so like that kind of changing, Emerging means that after 3.5 days, so after like last 3 weeks, so 49-day example, the operational affair of the next realm into which you are to be born will emerge, hence the expression past and emerging existence. So then instruction, like what we have this experience, what we have to do or we're sharing in this instruction to Pardo beings. So this is instruction. Whatever apparition or affairs emerge at this time, did not be drawn by them, did not be attached to them, did not cling to them. If you cling to them and become attached, you will continue to roam among the 6 classes of beings and be turning towards suffering. Then if God take birth to 6 realms, suffering. Although until yesterday, the intermediate state of reality arose within you, you did not recognize it. As a result, you have been complete to wander here. So until this comes here, so no, it's instruction is like most important. This instruction is Mahamudra, we giving again Mahamudra. No, just as was formally introduced by your spiritual teacher. If you are able to cultivate undistractedly a recognition of the essential nature of reality, if you can rest in the abide without grasping and without cultivate directly, without activity directly, and unwavering naked awareness, which is readiness and emptiness conjunct, right? Yeah. You can attain liberation and avoid wandering yet further. See, that means that you really realize Mahamudra. And even you are in this state, still you can liberate the Dharmakaya. So when you knowing this awareness, naked awareness, liberate the Dharmakaya. So unawareness, then go to samsara. You have awareness, your liberation. Towards this warm entrances. Warm. Yeah. Towards the warm entrances. If you are not able to achieve this recognition, the visualize your meditation deity, whichever it may be, or your spiritual teacher, as being seated on the crown of your head, and be intensely and fervently devoted. This is most important. Again and again, do not be distracted. So that's we have to practice, recall. So then, if the disease does indeed recognize this essential nature of reality, he or she will attain liberation and avoid roaming further amongst the 6 class of beings, free from 6 realms. If not, then due to karma again, so you go falling again. Then what happened? Following words says, "O child of Buddha nature, listen carefully yet again." So here also this the phrase, right? Phrase is Buddha's words. Complete with all senses, faculties. So the Buddha mentioned like Pardo being has all these senses, faculties, and the power of unobstructed movement that can go everywhere. So no one can stop, and they reach everywhere like momentarily like this. No need a passport, no need a visa, no need air tickets. Very good, right? Another level. No need these transportations. They don't create pollutions. Okay. So what happens is then movement everywhere means that even though you may have been blind, deaf, or lame where you were alive, no, in the intermediate state, I see forms, your ear hear sounds, and all your senses faculties are clear and complete. So when the sick dead after Pardo, sick is gone because it's body, right? Body is gone. And if you have a blind, when in the Pardo, no more blind. And you cannot hear deep. When you are in the Pardo, that's gone. So in the human beings, our suffering is gone, but you're facing another suffering. You think so?
Sounds like it.
So which is more easy, you think?
More easy to liberate in the living body.
Living Pardo? Why you think that?
Because then you get your rebirth while you're still living, and you have better chances for liberation.
Okay. So liberation is depending. We don't know which is better or easy. So just you always have luck there, good luck there. You always have also obstacle there, you know. Your eye can see form, your ear can hear songs, and your see focus and focus is clear and complete.
Rinpoche, then you have the power to help others if you can do it in a living body. Because first the Buddha has to learn to get the samsara clear from himself to help other beings. That's the first step, right?
That's I don't know.
Okay. Maybe not.
So you can have, I think, all these six pardo either places.
Right.
If you have ability.
I see your point.
If you don't have ability, you cannot have all these 6 places. 6 pardo. Even you are in the reality pardo, not benefit anyone others. Good luck is no harm for others.
That's correct.
Yeah. Hence, the Tantra says, they also Tantra says, complete with all senses faculties, they mentioned that. So, recognize this sensory clarity, for it is a sign that you have died and are wandering in the intermediate state. Remember these oral instructions. So, child of Buddha nature, unobstructed means that the body which you know have it is a mental body. Okay, your awareness is no separate from its physical support. Therefore, this is not a body of solid form. Accordingly, you now have the ability to move unobstructedly, penetrating to the core of all forms. You can pass through summary. You can go through the mountains. And through dwellings, the earth, stones, borders, and mountains. And handed other than your mother's womb and the indestructible seat. So the Pardo being this cannot go into the mother's womb because karma is still you not ready to get there. And you don't see that. And then this another is indestructible state means Pardo beings, they cannot reach to in this indestructible state means like something like, pureling states. Good like Buddha Amitabha place, I don't think they can get there. The purelings, where there's something, the pure realms. You can pass back and forth even through Mount Samari itself. So, easily you can go back to where you are. And many example, East country, Asia country, people come to United States, if die here, after the conscious moment, they go back to their home. Yeah, even the government cannot stop them. See, so that's kind of, like if you Western people die in Asia, so they can come back easily but the mentality here too. So no boundaries become. You can pass back and forth even through Mount Samari itself. Remember the advice of your spiritual teacher. So that time then we have to remember Guru for this ability is a sign that you are wandering in the intermediate state of rebirth. Then you have to know I'm in the intermediate state. Recognize this and pray to the meditation of deity Chinreze Mahakarunika. Child of Buddha nature, the prayers also in the Tantra mentioned, endowed with the miraculous abilities, derived from past actions. So you have miraculous power to go to everywhere. So that miraculous power does not mean that you necessarily possess any enlightening attributes. So not come from your samadhi meditation or power that enlightening quality, not the source of that. And or any miraculous ability in meditative stabilities. So it's just, Pardo Beng has that no form body. That's why same is like we are in the dreaming. We can go everywhere. We can, do anything. Whatever the mind thinks, that happens there. But that is you have a miraculous ability which reserve from your past actions and accords with your past actions. All this due to past actions. Consequently, you will have the ability to circumambulate moon summary and the four continents in an instant. You can manually go to another countries. So then, merely in this time, it takes to withdraw a hold auto arm. So you, like these times, you can get into another, countries. Pardo Banks, like just mentally mind. You can travel intensely everywhere in you wish to just by thinking of your desired destinations. Do not be fascinated by these diverse and hazards or haphazard miraculous abilities. Do not indulge in them. Of all the things which you have the ability to recall, there is not one which you cannot make manifest.
Kempo, is this like power of Mahasiddhis?
Mahasiddhi power and this one is sometimes no choice power. Yeah, so accidentally happens. Like birds of feather in the storm, they don't have a choice, right? They're just wind blows, that goes everywhere. So Mahasiddha is the same, it's another different choice. I hope so. So okay, you have this ability now to manifest any aspect you pass unimpededly. Therefore, recognize this and pray to your spiritual teacher. So then, child of Buddha nature on the phrase also visible to those and similar in kind and through pure clairvoyance. So they see each other. So that is the intermediate state. Those of a similar kind of birth will come to perceive one another. This is the case of those similar in kind who are to be born as gods, the gods to be perceive one another. Similarly, those that are similar in kind to any of the 6 classes of beings will come to perceive one another. Do not become attached at the sight of these beings. Meditate on the meditation of deity Mahakarunagana. So now all this, like Pardo beings, like their own ability or Pardo beings' ability, what is sharing here, they can actually unproductive. Never know, so their ability. The next is like the words visible through pure clairvoyance, and then this clairvoyant who has they can see this. What means clairvoyance is like some has like very power meditation power, and they can see the Pardo beings, but not always. they have to pay attention to that. Example one, very high spiritual realizer, and so then we give it to the name. Okay, this is a name. Ask them, please do some practice prayer, and then they're very focused to that. They can see Pardo beings. Normally they don't see. So that's why it's, if you have you seeing like it's like means you have to really focus to that. So otherwise they cannot perceive it. So that's this explain. Then next, what is page 273 is so you can so body have qualities such as this just describe. You work once again see your homeland and you can relatives as in dreams, like same as dreaming, like you can see them. Even though you call out to your relatives, they will not reply. You will see your family and relatives crying and realize, I am dead. What should I do now? Thinking this, you were overwhelmed by intense suffering. You will feel like a fish expelled from the water, rotting on hot sand. So it's extremely, kind of sad suffering, because you recognize it's like everything's lost. You are, out of the human being's body. So then if you have a spiritual teacher, pray to your spiritual teacher. Then pray to meditation also Yadam deity. Then this Pardo being cannot stay one place. The reason is to see, they don't have physical form, free from its physical support is being blown by the coursing water energy or past actions. So same is like bird's feather in the wind blows. Chooselessly riding the horse of breath, it drafts directionless like a feather on the wing. See, to all those who are carrying, you will call out, I am here, did not cry, but they will not hear you. So then their thing is, I'm dead, so have more suffering. Then the weather also, always gray, no sun coming. No sun, like where you go to very polluted country, no sun there, no, you don't see the space like blue, anything. Same like that. So that goes like in the 49 days in there. So then this especially this the experience, 40 here mentioned is 40 so it's the experience here mentioned is like never know. This some is like one week, some says 2 weeks, some has 3-4 weeks, some is 7 weeks. Generally that goes to 49 days. So then some instruction mentioned there's 21 days, this, Pardo experience, intermediate state, Pardo experience. So then you have like kind of a very frightening, diversity experience coming. They mentioned also we have wrath for deities when, visionaries. So Pardo being has kind of hurricanes, Pardo being has experienced earthquakes, tsunamis, right? Water flows or something like that happens. So very darkness, always crash. Somebody going to kill them. So that's due to that they are extremely afraid. So then who normally care other beings, like especially hunt animals, they has like, kind of more fears. The negative beings has more swarm of carnivores, ogres, right? Etc. of the unfeeling law of cause and effect. So that this brings more suffering. So the weather is more worse for them. Visionary is more harmful for them, and the space is like more danger for them.
And Bo, is this people that eat meat or hunt in their human lives that you're talking about? And the repercussions of that association, or are you vegetarian or vegan? What is your
Okay.
perspective on that? Am I opening up a tender door?
What is a tender door? Huh?
Sensitive.
Yeah, so here is like, the karma negative who has these visions is like always killing other beings. You don't have any like compassion, right? So some people kill beings like same as like cut the trees. And no any feelings, no regret. So that's the more worse ones, right? They occur due to like individual, like difference like levels there. So karma is like most strongest created by your intention.
Yeah.
And you have there has a little bit love, or you have a little compassion there, you have a little regret there. Karma is become more weak, not strong. So that's the reason we need a regret, and we need compassion. So it means also have to generate a compassion, chant mantras, and dedicating. So they have solutions, but just depending, right? Unawaringly do things has more negativity. You have awarenessly doing something, less karma. So this is like someone like really karmic imprintingly, always like you hunt other animals, and then you have in the pardo that somebody going to hunt you. So it's karma, like your vision change. Some people killed animals when they even not go to this pardo of becoming. The death pardo comes there, many this when they die in time, even like not really dead, dying time they have bad experience. So someone killing the animals, hunters, they say, oh, this deer is coming, going to the how to say, horns going to kill me, or like this deer is going to jump into my head or something. Please remove these things. They ask like this, like many has this kind of how to say negative experience, sufferings. So then the die is more this strongly rising to them. Okay. Spiritual teacher and precious giver, save me from falling into lower existence. And then you pray that deep commitments in this way, do not forget. Okay, so that's the who create the negativity, and then who create the positive karma. In the case of this, individual who have gathered the accumulation of merit and the persistent cognition and have sincerely practiced the teachings, one will be become by vision of abundant. So vision is abundant, good things for them happen. And who has negative karma, or this vision of abundant is vision of terrible. So example, hungry gods, or this vision of food, paid for like abundance there, but it's become everything is dried. They don't see anything there. So this all is due to this karmic imprinting. Rich and one will experience manifold, blissful, and happy states. In the case of those individuals who are differing or deluded, who have been neither virtues nor negativity, one will experience neither pleasure nor pain. So then some don't have the good karma, they don't have really bad karma, they don't have this really bad visionary for them, they don't have really good, the joy and happy for them too. Whenever if this happens, so the important is like whatever happens in the bardo is good thing, bad things, no attached to good, no hatred to bad, bring to equanimity in your mind, and so you supplication to Guru, and just release attachment and release the anger. So that's the most important practice. Particularly if these visions are of difference, devoid of happiness or pain, abide in the experience of the great Sir. So if you have ability to hold your awareness, Mahamudra, then it's naturally present without meditation and without distraction. This is very important. So then these Pardo beings also wanted to stay somewhere stably. Like we have a home, right? And we wanted to be like stay at home. Similar, these Pardo beings wanted to stay, but they can't stay. They see many different trees. They can see the stupas. They can see the houses like tree stones. But they try to, take refuge to there. They try to stay there, but they cannot really stay that long because it's karma blow away. So they cannot stay and there permanently. Then also their motivation, no motivation, like how to say, the feeling or attitude is really bad. Pardo being's attitude. So what happens is the attitude is your consciousness will be as you were not rest, and you were fear, reckless, angry, and afraid. And somebody always afraid, right? Afraid. Then you see there is like not pleasant. Then someone has anger, you see they are not, not that peaceful. Your consciousness will be faltering, superficial, and nebulous something. So then that time, if you think I'm more have this problem issues, you fear that more, you get more hurt yourself. So what they have to do is, it's important. It's like, of course, like calling the guru or deity or your whole awareness. That's the instruction. And otherwise, in these Pardo beings, so you cannot stay one place. You have to move to another all the time. So you cannot focus anything. Your consciousness is like so much distracting. So you don't get any food. Someone really dedicating to you through your prayers, you can receive. Otherwise, you can't get any food. You don't have certainty, your friend. Everything's uncertainty. So or your fear is not the happy and the joy. That is like your present feeling happiness and the sorrow are not driven by your past actions. So then you can see, of course, like your body, but you cannot go into your body. You can see your friends, relatives, but they cannot see you. Then due to that, you really sad again. Then you really deeply, sad. then you feel I want to get really body, you only desires, you want to have body, form body. If you're feeling like you go into your previous body many times, your conscious go into that but cannot. So maybe you see your body is cremated already, or sometimes your body is already damaged, or anyway you cannot get in. Maybe already put in the ground, depending. Then due to that, you're not happy, sad. So you have feeling it's like you falling under the ground, under the rocks. So that kind of, the feeling Bardo Bains get. So that all experience like in this Bardo of becoming reality, Bardo of becoming. So then they're looking to the form body, looking to the future body. And due to that, extremely they're tired. So the instruction most important is like when you have this, here mentioned, therefore give up all your clinging to body and rest in a state of non-activity, undistractedly. You just focus the mind resting in your own natural states. Then you can liberate. Liberation can be obtained in this intermediate state as a result of above introduction. Then even you have these instructions, could be you don't get because due to previous negative karma. Then we telling them again introduction to like you have suffering because it's due to your karma. So no any other fault because like just you create no good karma. That's why suffering. No, it's important is you have to devote it to the three jivas, devotion to three jivas, and supplication to three jivas. So that's the we have to tear that disease. If if you don't know how to supplication to Guru, you don't know how to meditate, Mahamadara, you don't know how to practice Yadam deity, meditate, then what happens? The disease. So all the gathering like two things. One is like positive karma, one is a negative karma. So the black beads, positive karma is white beads, like kind of like many beads, right? Comes together. So that is the we have like our positive deity with us, negative deity or negative mara with us. So these two is a fighting. So where you wanted to put negative mara with us, like to suffering we are. They we are in the samsara 6 realms. Positive, this deity, wanted to we have a happiness, wanted to we liberate. So now these two, our own negative mara and our own positive deity, these two come together. There one shows positive things, one shows negative. Then that time, Pardo Bank disease is really scared because there, like kind of we go to the courtroom, okay, and this is a natural court. Only Pardo Bank's experience, but we have a court, right? And our court is like, okay, you need to make schedule time. Yeah, so then many people have to go through schedule time, but take long time. And the Pardo thing about so many banks die. And if you have a physically rare court and a rare judge, physically rare judge, and then takes eons, I think go through that. But another good thing is all its own perceptions. That's why this own court, own judge, and own two lawyers there. One is defending you, right?
Yes.
One is, what is it called?
Prosecuting you.
Persecuting you. See, these two lawyers there, judge. So your visionary, your experience. Then this who how to say, what persecute, 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 they tell you all the bad things. And who, other one?
It's the defendant.
Defendant tell you all good things. So these two things, like your negative energy, Mara, is persecute you. Persecute. Your positive, your enlightening quality defend you. So it's all your visionary. Yeah. Then when your feeling is like you really go to the court. Okay, actually your own emanations.
Yes.
And you have a judge. It's Yamaranza. Very, very dangerous one. Okay, so then the point is here in this instruction says, just go, don't scared, and don't lie to anything. Okay, if you lied, you cannot hidden anything there. So you just go through that, and don't lie, and just control your mind, and the supplication to deities, gurus, and if you have ability to meditate Mahamudra, then this delusion is gone, dissolved. But even you don't have the ability, but just go honestly there. Okay.
Nothing but the truth.
So then even you said lie, there has shows you like in the mirror of past actions, all your virtues and non-virtue will be reflect vividly and precisely. Your attempts at decide will be of no use. So you tell lies also no use. And all the information is rising to in the mirror. Okay. So there has eye cloth example. We have eye cloth. And that time your password is the Yamaranza he has already. So you cannot hide your password. Like you go to use your password, your eye closed, shows up everything. So that's the here is we cannot hide anything. Then if you say lie is no benefit. Then due to the negative actions, you feel like this Yamaranza's rope trying a rope around your neck. Yama will drag you forward. You will serve your head at the neck extract. Your heart pour out your entrails like right? Your brains drink in your blood, eat your flesh, and sing your bones, sow your bones. So this is the kind like you get experience. Despite this, you will not die. Even if that happens, you never die. So reason is in the in the part of being, no one can care. This is all you just delusion. Same as like in the dream, happening there everything for you, but when you wake up, it's nothing there happens. Nightmare. It's nightmare. So whatever this happens, the point is that don't afraid. So reason is they cannot really kill you. They cannot really cut you. So do not be terrified, do not lie, and do not be afraid of Yama. So why we cannot, why we do not lie, why do not afraid? The reason is because here, your body which have is a mental body. Therefore, even though you experience being slain and cut into pieces, you cannot die. Recognize, know that in reality you need to have no fear, because in truth your body is a natural form of emptiness. Even this Yama is also not true that exist. our body is okay, emptiness, not there, but then you think the yama is really there. See, yama is also like, it's delusion too. It's, so there, both are emptiness. Yamas also see also is relatively natural form of emptiness. These are your own bewildered perceptions. Your body formed of mental perspectives, prospectives is a natural form of emptiness. Emptiness cannot harm emptiness. Soundlessness cannot harm soundlessness. So then what is we have to really important we do this time practice is, here is the, Yama gods, this marveling force, the boar-headed Rakshas and so on, they do not substantially exist. They not exist. We have to recognize they are not exist. We also have to recognize we also not exist. That's why we chant Ha Sutra. Ha Sutra, see, or form is empty, emptiness of form is no other than emptiness. And then same is like feeling is emptiness, feeling is no other than emptiness, emptiness is no other than feeling. Then there's no eye, no nose, no ear, no conscious, no mind, many things, everything is no exist. Just performing Ha Sutra, then you're already invisible. Then you are not target there. So place your mind in the meditative stability of the great Sir Mahamudra. So no, here is introducing Mahamudra again. The Mahamudra, very short form is here. If you do not know how to meditate, okay, so know how to do it. Directly examine the essence of that which is producing your fear and terrors. So, when we have fears, we have to look to where this fear is come from, source. Who really create fears? That's the way to we meditating is like anger. Where is anger is source come from? You have to look into that. And then attachment, desire, emotion, thoughts, whatever comes. So we have to examine in any, this essence that which is producing your fear and terrors. This is essence is struck emptiness. So then you see not really source. So it's emptiness. Completely without inherent existing into any respect whatsoever. Nothing is truly inherently anything exists there. So you fear or is emptiness. That stuck emptiness is the Buddha body of reality. That's called Dharmakaya. Yet this emptiness is not a vacuous or nihilistic emptiness. There's nothingness like that. The essential nature of this emptiness is in awesome, direct, and radiant awareness, which is enlightening intention of Buddha body of perfect resource. So that's the, Mahamudra. We have to first thoughts, emotion, negative energy, whatever comes, we have to directly look into that. Look to the source. The source is no exist, emptiness. It's called Dharmakaya. But it's no nothingness. It's present, clear, awareness, radiance, all the qualities there. So that's I have to recognize. Long as you recognize that, it's called Mahamudra. So then this indeed, emptiness and radiance are not separate, it's oneness. The essential nature of emptiness is radiance, and the essential nature of radiance also emptiness. See? This indivisible, naked, unclouded, and exposed awareness present as it is right now in a natural uncontrolled states. So that's is the true nature mind. So is the Buddha body of essentiality. Furthermore, the natural expressive power of the Buddha body of essential is the compassionate Buddha body of emanations, which arise everywhere without obstruction. So here is introducing also actually, four kayas. So three kaya like Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya, we already went through this, it's actually mind, nature. Talk about these three kayas. No, it's the last kaya is fourth one. So this fourth one also explained already there too. So this indivisible, naked, included, and exposed awareness, present as it is right now, it is a natural, uncontrollable state, is called the Buddha body of essentiality. Furthermore, the natural expressive power of this Buddha body of essential is the compassionate Buddha body of emanations, which arise everywhere without obstruction. So let's talk about the four kayas actually. The kaya is, all is mind different aspects, not really separate. So it's talk about the thing about Buddha, five Buddha. Five Buddha also actually oneness, one Dharma, Dharma, wisdom. But then different anger, different aspect we call five Buddha. Here is a four kaya, also slightly different aspects, but actually it's mind different expressions, right? So actually oneness. So see, long as you knowing this truth is enlightening, even not knowing is a samsara. Do not distract. The division between Buddha and the sentient beings is determined by this recognition. If you distracted at the creature moment, the opportunity to escape from the swim of suffering will be lost. It is said of this very moment, on in instant, penetrating, analyze is mid. In instant, perfect Buddha is instant. So then, the important, like where we share is like just Mahamudra teaching introduced to the disease. As the disease recognize Mahamudra, then somebody say, I don't know Mahamudra. Then they explain what means Mahamudra. All these thoughts, emotions, fears, we have to look to that source. You see that source is emptiness. Then, it's Dharmakaya. So you see that emptiness is no nothingness, is awareness, and Sambhogakaya. And then this comes together inseparably called Nirmanakaya. And then everything is oneness, also, another power of that rising to all this diversity expressions. So it's called fourth kaya, something like that there has mentioned. So then you recognize that you have become Buddha like this. If you don't recognize, you go to samsara like this. No, in this teaching right now, what is sharing is Mahamudra Dzogchen, samsara nirvana is very simple. Okay? When you recognize your natural mind, you are Buddha. And you delude it, you are samsaric beings. And generally we say, reach enlightenment, we are Buddha. And after that, we are samsara. But in this case, like this, very fast, you can be Buddha moment, you can be samsaric being moment. And then you can be hungry ghost momently, when you have desire, strange, and whatever we have not enough, so strong desire momently comes, your hungry ghost. Momently your anger rising, your hair ramps, And you have ignoring, not knowing what is right, what wrong, create a negativity, causes of suffering, animal. And then you have very strong attachment moment arise, human being. Then jealousy rise, your moment jealousy goes. Ego rising, your ego. Jealousy goes around. So you hold awareness, you seeing is all is emptiness, your dharmakaya. So make sense? So that's why it's like momently you Buddha, momently you samsara. Recognize, not recognize. That's very beautiful, I think.
Excellent.
Okay, so if you lost this all the opportunities, then not knowing that, so going to samsara. That's why very important. The recognition is here also. Love line of compassion subpounded to you will be cut off, and you will move on to place where there is no immediately prospect of liberation. So be careful. Don't lose these opportunities. That's the Pema Sambhava tell us. So if you knowing this, you have ability to realize. Not knowing is go to samsara. Then also you don't know how to meditate. Really, you can just create a devotion to the Buddha Dharma Sangha and the supplication to Jinrezai. So when you have fears, just meditate Jinrezai. So you think also visualize Guru, don't fear and scared to Yamaranza. All these instructions still you don't get, then have calling the disease names also. Whatever you have negative experience, don't hatred to that. Positivity, don't attach to that. So fear, or the object of fear comes, and don't scared to that. So all instructions are kind of similar again. So then another like this disease, the relative who we left behind, relatives, maybe they do mistake dedicating something for due to the tradition. Its tradition is maybe not really good. Someone, like example, someone passed away, they dedicate you like maybe sacrifice animals. The many tradition does that, right? So they're offering to like cut the animals' heads and offering. So if that kind you have a relative behind that does for you that kind of dedicating to you, and then that really harmful disease. So your living relative no left behind are sacrificing, right? And offering many animals on your behalf, dedicating this activity to you, the disease. So corrupted perceptions where does arise, and consequently intense aversion may wear up within you. So then that due to that killing offerings, so this is like feel very bad. Same time he really angry because reasons affected to energy affected to others. So think about you create negative energy and then go to another one. Same is like we visualize Buddha example. You can feels like you devotion that connected to, you see, positive part. And now this one is like someone killing, sacrifice animal and harming for others. So that's negative energy affected to the disease. And the disease is really sad, very anger arising. Then anger makes that falling to the harems. So then, when that happens, so up within you and this very form are connecting like to a bird in the harems. Therefore, whatever activity occur in the place that you have left behind, meditate on loving kindness and ensure that aversion does not arise. So then the disease like really hatred to rising to also anger to relatives, because what they're doing is harming for him, right? Disease. So this is really upset, anger, and then due to that negative energy, disease can falling to the harems. So now what we're telling the disease, don't get anger. Okay, create loving kindness, compassion towards to your relatives. So meditate on loving kindness and ensure that vision does not arise, not let arise your anger. The reason is because anger bring the disease to the harems, right? And you create loving kindness, compassion, then the anger cannot arise. So the other, his relatives doing better things mistakenly, but they cannot affect it to him, because he can use that energy, create maybe more compassion to his relatives, because recognize they are really ignorant, not knowing what is the causes of happiness, what is the causes of suffering. They create the causes of suffering, and due to the ignorance, and then Jesus can think that way and change, mindset, and rather create anger than, change to loving kindness, compassion to them, and then you have a kind of like the energy cannot drag you to the harems. You can get protection. The true protection is loving kindness. See, loving kindness protected this disease is not going to harems. So that's why, same like someone, see, we always try to do good things, like reasons because we create a positive energy. We use object, compassion, love, change the negative energy. Do you understand? So here is the most important practice. Okay, so I think we leave it there today. What do you think, guys?
Okay.
Tomorrow we have teaching this one, right?
Yes.
Here. What time is it starting?
9.
So 9 tomorrow, again in Sedona time. Your is East Coast, what time is 9? 12.
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
No, 12. 12 exactly lunchtime. Your lunchtime is starting tomorrow. If you can join the Zoom, you're welcome, okay? Just skip the lunch. Practice the Dharma is more powerful. You have more opportunity than us here. I mean, who live in the East Coast, okay? Thank you. Or you can eat lunch and listen to teaching together. You can do two things done together. Normally, I like to do that. Okay, so dedication here. Dorjen chanchin telo naro damar boy melai jije gambo bo pomo chubai jarwai digong kaju lama namje tra yo sonam deye damje zibai tona nyimbe dana pamze de jiga nanje balai chubai sipen solen drowa re yo zanjo zenjo rumboy 마지 바나 지저러 제지 바냠바 메바이 공네 공든 배와라 졸라마이 근간 상와라 소르완 초드 그제른 와라 소르완 딜레 다르젠 제바라 소르완 Lamadan Rawa Mebara Sinje Lon Jambara Bavi Jataran Chemba Kenda Zambo Deyan Dejen De Deda Genje Jisa Dalo Gewan De Da Damje Rabde Ngo Sanje Gazan Yebe Singla Chinye Manjara Dembe Singla Dangen Deme Sindebe Singla Jadar Hoyen Holandra Parajo by the virtue collected 3 times by my 7 or beings in samsara and nirvana, and by inner rule of virtue may and all sentient beings quickly attain answer as perfect, complete precious enlightenment. May the teaching of Great Digompa Ranashri, who is omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of Interdependence, continue increases through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until end of the samsara. Om mani padme hum, 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 Om mani padme hum. Thank you, everyone. We have only 56 rat for deities. 2 rat for deities, despair. But it's a good still, like you can stay under 66. It's good, okay? Thank you, everyone. Enjoy. See you tomorrow if you have come.
Thank you, Kempo. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Enjoy the
Thank you all
day.
members.
Happy
Bye.
International Women's Day.
Thanks all the Zoom helpers.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Kimpo. Bye.
Gracias, Kempo.
Suzanne,
Bye.
I think you have a question, but you're muted.
Okay. Yes, I got the PDF sent to me, but I don't know how to send it to Messenger or favorites or reading list. Can you help me with that?
Yes. Why don't you email us at info@gardroma.org and we can help you with that, okay?
Okay. I'm
Here we
I'm
go.
sorry, I didn't really hear what you said. Email you to where?
Yeah, info@gardroma.org and we can help you through that, okay?
Okay, thanks, Debbie.
Okay, sure.
Very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. It was
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Mariette, Lisa. All your additional services are great. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night. Those in Europe, getting late. Ah. Bye. See you guys.